Hi guys, welcome to Let's DIY It, and for today's DIY, I am going to be working on a coat rack for my kids' backpacks. I'm tired of them being on the floor, so a coat rack it is. So just keep watching. So these are the materials I am going to be using. You need your piece of wood. Today I'm just using this little scrap wood I had laying around. Just a 24-inch long piece of pine wood. And then for the materials, sandpaper. I'm just using a little bit of sandpaper or the sand block to sand it down a little bit. The edges are a little rough, so we gotta sand that down a little. And then we are going to be using the stain, the poly after, the hooks that I'm gonna be using. I got these on Amazon. They're pretty cheap. I can't remember right now because it's been a while. I think it came in like a pack of 10 and I used the other ones on something else, but those are the only ones I have left. A sponge, a little sponge for your stain. Actually, you don't even need both of them. Whichever one you want for your stain and your poly. You don't really need this, but I mean, if you need to cut your wood, obviously a tape measure. And that's it. Alright guys, just kidding on the tape measure. We do need the tape measure to measure where we are going to be placing those hooks. So keep it around. Alright, first things first. We sand it a little bit. Alright you guys, so after we are done sanding, don't forget to wipe down your piece of wood. You can use a tack cloth or just what I use, because I don't have tack cloths, I need to go buy some. I used just a wet rag, and then I just wipe it down with a dry one, or just let it dry because it's not going to be soaking, so it dries in like a minute, you know? And that's it. Alright you guys, so I forgot to mention these little things. These are like little pyramids or little triangles. You find them at your hardware store, and they're to prop up furniture. That way when you're painting, it doesn't go everywhere and it can dry faster. So that's that. Next, we are going to stain this. This is what I'm using. Do not shake it, but just stir it. Right, you guys, do not do what I just did there with the paint, with the stain I mean. It is going to leave those ugly drops on your stain if you do that. My mistake, so don't do it. So, I am going to apply the whitewash. You know, it's on the back side, so I could try it out, but the color is not that bad. It's not as bad as I thought once it dried. Anyways, we are going to mix this as the instructions say. And we're gonna try it on the back side of my coat rack. That way, since I've never used it, I kind of want to see how it's it's going to look. What do you guys think? Alright guys, so I'm not a big fan of this. Well, actually it's not a bad color, but I do not like it for this project. So I am going with another stain that I have in my box there, Special Walnut. So we'll see how it looks on top of this one. I am totally experimenting. I've never mixed these two colors together. Alright. Moment of truth. Let's see. This is super dark. I went from really light wood to now dark wood. This is looking super dark, but I mean, the wall that I'm putting it on is white, so it'll stand out. I just wanted the black to stand out a little more, but I only have these two stain colors available at my house. And I don't feel like going to the store. Alright, so how long do we wait for this one? This one says wipe off after 5 to 15 minutes. So I'm gonna leave it for 5 minutes because, oops, this thing's still wet. I do not want it to be this dark. So the longer you leave it, the darker color it'll be because it's absorbing the stain. Alright guys, it's been 5 minutes, so I am going to remove the excess. You can barely see, but it is removing some of that. You see that right there? My hands. Wear gloves, you guys, because this can get a little messy. So this is going to be drying, or it's going to dry for 4 hours according to the instructions before I can put the poly on. And then this is what it's going to be looking like. I think it's gonna look pretty cute. So we'll see you in 4 hours. Hey guys, so my piece of wood has been drying for a while now, about 4 hours. So it is dry and I am ready to put the poly on it. So let me show you. This is my piece. So I went and got a oil-based poly in satin. Start drooling, okay. Got a stick. Okay you guys, so I am done with the poly. So now we just wait the 4 hours and then we get to sand a little bit and we'll see if I want to put another coat of poly. I might, but we'll see, we'll see. Here it is with the poly on. I'm sure you can't really see much, but there it is. Hey guys, so I just wanted to give you a quick tip, or maybe just a reminder. Don't forget to clean your brushes, and when you use oil-based stain and poly, what you clean your brushes with, or if you made a mess, whatever you clean up with is mineral spirits. So this is the one that I'm using, and honestly you don't even need much. It's been a while since I used oil-based stuff, just because I didn't have mineral spirits in the past and I completely forgot, you know, newbie mistake. I put my oil brush in water and then it would not clean, and I was like, oh, I kept putting soap in there. I did all these things, and of course it's not gonna take the oil-based paint on it. You don't mix oil in water. But anyways, I forgot. So I picked some of this up, and it's really easy. All you do is put a tiny bit into a cup. All I did was put, you see, it's a little bit, just a little bit. And that's what I've been using all day to clean my brush. And every time I clean it, like it's so easy. It's easier than using water-based paint. Like you don't need to touch water. All I did was grab a few napkins. I dipped it in there. I squeezed out the mineral spirits, and then I just went like this and took it all off. Easy peasy. And look, it's pretty much dry. Well, it's a little greasy because it is oil, but it's nice and clean and ready for it to be used again. And I literally just cleaned it. Unlike with when you use water-based paint, you have to wash it, and then sometimes you have to wait for that paintbrush to dry in order to use it again. So, quick tip, sometimes using oil-based paint works out better. Hi guys, so here is the dried product, the dried wood. This is what it looks like. See, it has a little satin finish. And now we are ready to put these on. So I'm gonna be putting 3 of them because that's all I have. All right, you guys, so for this portion, to place the hooks on the piece of wood, we're just gonna need the tape measure and your drill. All right, so once we have our placement of where we wanna put them, I've already measured it. So this is the middle of my board. I almost forgot, you guys, that in order for you to hang this on the wall, you need obviously something that's gonna help it hold on to the wall, right? So what I used here is the sawtooth hangers, which you can find at Lowe's, I'm sure any hardware store, and they're about $2 at Lowe's, 2 something. They're not too expensive, and then it's just like those little hangers that you see behind frames, just to give you a visual.